The mandate of heaven is the doctrine in which China instills power within one ruler, and that ruler has the approval of the gods to hold such power. This includes ruling in such a way that they express positive morals that reflect well upon the gods. This mandate has been in effect since 1064 BCE under the rule of the Zhou dynasty. The mandate of heaven has been proven to be a useful tool that can be used for someone to gain power and authority. Two examples of using the mandate of heaven in order to achieve a position of power can be seen in the Zhou and Qing dynasty. The founders of the mandate of heaven came from the Zhou dynasty era. The Zhou dynasty used this doctrine in order to overcome the Shang kings that were currently in place of ruling. They used this doctrine to overthrow the Shang kings by legitimizing their authority. This was done by saying that they had the right to rule according to the gods and that the gods should dictate who has the ability to rule. Rather than following the descendants in the family, this new type of doctrine allowed anyone who was seen as an ideal son of the gods could rule and hold power. The Zhou dynasty also emphasized legitimizing his attack on the Shang kings by proving that they did not live virtuously and that they are not following natural order, according to Fierro, page 69. This also went against Confucius' teaching that whoever did not rule with morals should lose their right to rule by revolution. This is according to the Encyclopedia Britannica. The Qing dynasty was instated after the Ming dynasty was overthrown because of the mandate of heaven. The Qing dynasty evolved from the Manchus after they declared that the Mings have lost the mandate of heaven, according to Columbia. Although they made this comment, they still held on to the most of Ming's beliefs since they were once legitimate, according to the gods. The only thing that made the rule not legitimate, according to the mandate of heaven, was that they no longer presented themselves as rightful holders of power. Of course, this is subjective to both the Manchus and China. This is yet another example of how the mandate of heaven can be used towards a ruler in order to gain power just by making the claim over another ruler. Without this doctrine in place, the Manchus would have had to conquer the Mings by force, taking a toll on both rules. The mandate of heaven allowed for a smoother transition of power and less turmoil inside that dynasty. Rulers of China throughout most of history. The mandate of heaven can be seen in two perspectives. The first being in a positive view, such that a new ruler is crowned with the position of power through a rather less exhaustive means of doing so. The other perspective being someone losing power solely due to the fact that something could have been out of their control has caused them to lose rule. This is all according to the belief of ideologies such that they are working directly underneath the gods, and that the gods have authority as to who can rule all of China. All of this could be rational or irrational. Nevertheless, this doctrine has been the decision maker for the rulers of China throughout most of history.